Good morning. I've been trying to avoid this morning, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Of course, I didn't tell anyone, so that's what I'm about to do. How about you? Diamonds and pearls. Would you be a happy boy or a give you the world? All I can do is just offer you mine. I just woke up in a fantastic. Hey, Ivana! What up, Chicky? How's your spirit? I didn't think anybody was gonna catch me before I actually got to sit. Oh my God, the den! Hey, how's your spirit? I'm great, as you can see. Uh, I wasn't anticipating y'all like just popping up like that. Y'all know me. I could be here for like 30 minutes. And before anybody shows up anywhere, I just be chatting my life away. So for y'all to pop up like, wow. Anyway, I literally, I slept so well after the news about the Tatiana Jefferson case. I slept amazing. I mean, it was. I woke up feeling like I was in love. Because I really want you to understand the joy that I felt yesterday. The Den was here, Ivana was here. I think, forgive me for not remembering correctly. Um, but like my joy for her getting some semblance of justice was just it gave me so much life, so much energy, and at the same time so much peace. So I slept and I slept. Then when I got up, y'all, seriously, I got up, I smoked, I watched a couple of live streams, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to bed because I don't want to start the day yet. I don't want to look around and see the people doing the things that they do. Now don't get me wrong, I did go ahead and get out my Facebook message to my ex, nigga, set me free. Set me. Let me just go ahead and play the song right now while we already here. Y'all know how it go. It's Troop. Spread my wings. And Mama Cece, if you go ahead and drop right now, I'll just go ahead and play your song right behind it. But I'm just saying. Good morning to everyone. What's going on in your world? Did Mama Cita? I mean, dang it. Ivana, what y'all been up to? I will put a poll in the chat and a question soon, so be ready. Um, in my life. Hey. Stop. Great. Like, people really care whether or not I'm in a great mood. I don't know, but I care. Oh, Alma was here last night. Alma, thank you so much for hanging out with me during my little celebration. Y'all, I don't even know if I ever sent out the link to anybody about last night. I was just so overjoyed, overwhelmed, overawed. Y'all don't know. You, some of you might, but most probably not. It's like, I don't know. Well, I'm going to say this, and those of you who understand, you'll truly understand. Those of you who have some type of feelings about spirituality and mediums and that thing, you're not going to appreciate what comes out of my mouth next. But being connected to our ancestors, it's more joy than you can know. When I said last night that my mama DeMario and Tatiana were dancing in heaven, I wasn't lying. Like, it's like you can feel it. No one's saying that they got the entire thing right, but they got something right. They did something right. And that's the important thing. We've got to start recognizing when things are done right. And I admit to being possibly a harbinger of uh, bad outcomes, which just means that I'm here to let you know you're doing something that's going to cause you about a bad outcome. I can't bring about your bad outcome. One has to choose to make things happen or not. You either get involved in life or you don't. But life is going to go on. And if you make choices, there are consequences. If you don't make choices, there are consequences. If you make the wrong choices, there are consequences. If you make the right choices, you have to do something. You can't sit here and do nothing. You cannot become a stagnant person. That's the most important thing. So, realistically, even these little bitter motherfuckers running around here blowing up the world because they're mad at the world, they're doing something. They are causing something. It may be chaos. It may be the necessary change. Because I'll tell you something really true. When my eldest son changed his name, it was like that little ninja threw out a grenade into the house. He was just like, boom. Now, mind you, we didn't live together anymore when he changed his name, and it had nothing to do with me. He was named after his father, and I didn't want to do it in the first place. But I fought and fought, and I lost the fight. And so, for 20 years later, for him to just go ahead and change his name, the hell was I fighting for? What did happen? What did it did to me, dog? I don't get it, homie. I don't get it. So, anyway, the point being, excuse me, we can't, no one has control over the outcomes. I was, I guess for lack of a better word, having a Facebook text off with Sim Belna and whatever, however you go. Apologize. But anyway, about morality. Right? And one of the last things that he texted, or that he sent in that message, was about, hey, titty baby, it was about how it's easy to moralize when you're the only one making decisions or in control of the but none of us are in control of the outcomes. And when I say none of us, I mean regular folks. You're not, you as I know, none of us is in and this might not get right enough for me today, but we'll see. Yeah, no. Okay, so as far as I know, none of us, excuse me, is the Surgeon General, the Attorney General of the United States, a member of Congress, in a political office, able to make that type of change. So, no, we we are responsible for our own morality. Everyone has to be. The last thing I said to him in that conversation is look at the autocrats and dictators of the world. Look at our presidents, our public leaders, not our public figures. They're different. Our public leaders, they have to have some type of moral standing. Now, here's the thing. We get mad. Hey, Marcus, how's your spirit, handsome? Thank you for joining. And Marcus, you're in the military. Don't you want, oh, you were, forgive me. Don't you want your leader to have some type of moral standing before they send you off on that next mission? Like if General Austin were to say, you know what, yep, we're gonna pack up everybody and we going to Ukraine. If you've been out of the military less than 5 years, you're gonna get your ass back in and you gonna go too. That's how we're gonna do. Instead of having just a regular draft where we draft every man from everywhere. If you were recently in the military in the last 5 years, we gonna bring your ass back and we gonna make you go to Ukraine. How would you feel then? Would you want to know that he was of a moral mind? Would you say, wait a minute. Why would I do that? Why? That seemed really crazy. You want these people to have something to stand on. As regular human beings, we want our peers to have something to stand on. You want to know that the person that you're sitting next to you isn't going to shoot you just because it feels like a good thing to do today. Right? That's a moral standing. And it doesn't require the ability to control the entire world. It does require the ability to control your fucking self, though. And we're running out of people who can control themselves. I joke about not having impulse control because I recently threw a random DM at someone, which is something that I don't do. If it's not actually like business related or something to say thank you for moving the metric in some way, I'm not gonna DM somebody. It's just not. It's not me. It's the equivalent of. Oh, let me think. Honestly, it's kind of like catcalling a stranger to me, not to other people. To me. To me, your DMs are like that's your private messages. That's your house phone. And if you didn't give me your number to call, the house phone, I ain't calling. You know how I don't call none of y'all? I don't have your cell phone number. Matter of fact, though, even if I did, most of you I wouldn't call. If I don't, I'd call you. Tita, baby, I ain't calling you. You be calling me all the time. I love you, though. Excuse me. Marcus says, well, I'd hope so. Unfortunately, the people giving me commands orders, they get their orders from higher ups for a bigger end game. And unfortunately, it comes at a cost. With what benefits us could hurt someone else. I understand. I hear what you're saying, Marcus. I just don't think that I can reconcile myself with that anymore. As a member of a military family and someone who served the country in civilian fashion, I understand. There's this end game, right? There's this thing that we need to achieve as a nation. And we have to do it by any means necessary. Yet, we've done everything but stop fucking with other people. We've done everything but mind our own damn business. We've done everything but shut this shit down and say Americans for Americans and nothing else. Not out of spite, not out of disrespect, and certainly not out of hate. Because most of you Americans come from somewhere the fuck else. Having said that, though, there are enough of us born here who want to see America do good by America, who wants to see the cost-benefit analysis work out for fucking Americans and nobody else. Because we're tired of kicking the can down the road, waiting for somebody else to give a fuck about us the way we care about them. And real talk, some of us don't really care about y'all that much. I do not give a damn what goes on in the UK because y'all ain't putting food on my plate. I don't give a damn about what goes on in Juarez because I can get oranges from California. Arizona. I don't give a damn about what goes on in Canada. Mostly because it's too fucking cold and I don't plan on being back up that way. We care about home. And we want home to be the place that it's supposed to be, where you get peace and comfort and love and joy, and your people aren't trying to attack you on all damn sides. Marcus says, yep, as we as well as other countries have red and blood on our ledger, we got to stop giving so much money and aid bills, multi-billions and to other countries, but we got things to work. Exactly. Marcus, one of the things that is most perturbing to me right now is the whole Brittany Griner thing. And y'all know why. It's because it's like, hold on a minute. Wait a minute, Pippin. Let's talk about it. We gave them back the man we call the merchant of death. You got back a weed smoking basketball player, and you want to send our children to war with the country that's warring with who just got back the merchant of death. Make it make sense. You want to send our sons and daughters abroad, young as they are, somewhere between 25 and 35, right? Let's just be real. That's the age demographic that we're going to send to war and lose. 25 to 35-year-olds are going to go to Ukraine and go to war with them against Russia. Because supposedly that's our enemy. You know, we just made a deal with them. That's our enemy. They're terrorists. They terrorize us all the time. They're always in our business. But we made a deal with them for a weed smoking basketball player. So we're gonna all our people are gonna be over there, our youth. The merchant of death, the arms dealer, you know, the one who makes sure that Russia can either import or export arms as needed, is back on home turf. After spending how long over here? I don't remember. But let's just say, I'm going to say it was 5 years, because I'm being messy here. 5 years in an American prison. He talking shit about how we treat our motherfucking prisoners, by the way. But let's just be more. So now, he learned us, and he's over there with the same access to the same means that he had before. Because our sanctions aren't stopping Russia from doing what they want to do over there. Because we're over here. Stupid. Right, Marcus? Work on issues like stopping mass incarcerations, the homeless epidemics, the victims who lost lives, homes and businesses during the pandemic, fix certain foreign policies. Right. This should be the goal of every nation for the next fucking decade at a minimum. Because those 2 years set us back about that long. All of those little college students that were coming out and couldn't go to work. All of those new doctors and lawyers who weren't really prepared for the job, who you blew their brains out. And I don't mean that literally, I mean it figuratively. And now they're just getting some mental capacity back underneath them, some mental health capacity, some mental health understanding about who they are in the world. They thought they were going to be doctors and leaders and heal and change the world. And day after day, they watch people die. And there was nothing that they could do. Turn them over, pat them on the back, put them on a ventilator, but nothing saved them. Those young doctors and nurses are traumatized and may never return to the field in which they spent years studying. That makes no damn sense. And that's going to cost this country. All of the young attorneys now who are having, listen to the way that the lead attorney talks. That motherfucker has heard and seen too goddamn much. Do you hear me? The man told a story about a wife hacking the ish out of her husband in the midst of relations. This ninja's mind is fucked up. Okay? He's seen too much. And he's my age. But those young attorneys who are coming up now, witnessing and having to defend or be a prosecutor against these people who are deleting their entire families on feelings over an SD card, over Lord Jesus, y'all. We can't. Marcus says one of the only few things good about the people being indoors during the pandemic was the cleansing of the ozone layers. Pollution was low and keeping the economy clean. Yeah, but we're not keeping the economy clean and green now. Excuse me. Whether they could afford the gas or not, the majority of the dingbats who own cars immediately got right back out in them as soon as they could. A lot of you didn't stop driving. Essential personnel, I understand. I used to be that. I get it. However, what I'm saying is, it can't last, Marcus. As long as we keep trying to go back to normal, to build back better, nothing's going to change. Nothing at all. And that's not what we're looking for. We are looking for tangible outcomes. And that's not just as like a minority population of people. Not just your military branches, not just everybody wants tangible outcomes. Period. So what I'm going to do right quick is, excuse me. First thing, what was the best? What was the best news you heard this year? That's the question. And then we're going to put a poll in here. I believe that we can work on more than one thing at a time. So, which two tangible outcomes would you like to work on first? We will say clean air and reparations. Aha. Green energy and education. Mental health and financial literacy. Forgive the fact that it's a little short there on financial literacy, please. And oh, STEM and social economic. Oh no, social intellectual development. All right. So, the poll's in the chat. Everybody, please take a moment to answer. The question is, what was the best news you heard this year? Please go ahead.